Hey guys, and welcome to Marriage and Money.
So today we wanted to talk about why we put our money together, because I feel like a lot of people when they're married they kind of have separate bank accounts maybe. So we just thought we'll share why we thought it was a good idea to put our money together. So we kind of had the conversation. We did have the conversation before we got married, and we went on a marriage course, and within the marriage course they talked about money, and so obviously we shared our debts, and it was mainly debt, to be honest. So before we even went to the course we had talked about money briefly, but after, when we were getting closer to marriage, we thought, okay, practically, how are we going to put our money? How are we going to manage our money? So we discussed, should we put it both in one bank account and then pay bills from out of that bank account? But we decided against that. So we just thought that's a bit long to change bank account details. And two, just to give us a sense of ownership individually, even though we are together, it's nice for us to still see the money go into our bank account. A little bit of satisfaction. So that's kind of what we do. So we get our salaries paid into our individual bank accounts, and then we say Jonathan pays for our base. We use his salary to pay for our essentials, and then my salary to cover whatever else. And we did actually do what we do on a payday video. So if you just click baby, you just click somewhere on the screen, we'll insert it there so you guys can see practically what we do. So in this video we're going to talk about the benefits of why we put our money together, and the fears that we had in putting our money together, and kind of how we've overcome that. So Jonathan.
So my benefit of us putting our money together was just the peace of mind. It's so cool, I guess, from I was growing up dealing with my money on my own, and I always like to plan. And after the plan, I like to be at peace that, I got everything in check. And doing that with Deborah, I definitely felt peace, because she knew our expenses, I knew our expenses, she knew how much money we needed, whether it's generating more income or knowing that, our salary has increased, we're calm, everything's covered. So it was cool to know that I can discuss these things with her, with our money, and knowing that. So after looking after the budget and anything else that we needed to consider regarding our money, as long as we had come to an agreement and we're both cool and we both understand, I'm good. So it really just gave me the peace of mind that, Deborah understands, she's on the same board, we're both on the same board, and we can move forward with our money.
Yeah, and I guess as well, in addition to that, is we have all the money set for bills each month, so you kind of have peace of mind, I don't have to worry about not paying this or not paying that, so everything's in order. I would say for me is when we don't fight each other for money, if that makes sense. So if we, for example, don't have enough food money, I don't fight him for, where's food money, why you got food money, do you know what I mean? Because it's our money together, and it's not you need to give me this and I need to give you this, because we agreed on what we're gonna spend on food money. So let's say, for example, we've run out of food money, it's both of us that agreed that amount. So I can't blame you for the shortfall, or you can't blame me for the shortfall, or even if it's something else that we need, we just discuss it together. We both have that openness to be okay babe, I need this, or you need this, and then we will sit down and say, how can we go forward and get this, basically. And it's always a team effort. I think that's another benefit that I really appreciate.
I think that's really good. And on top of that, I was thinking another benefit is that we have shared responsibilities. So even though, yes, our money is ours, at the same time, we have responsibilities to cover any expenses that we've discussed and agreed to cover. So for example, as Deborah mentioned earlier on, I cover the essentials with my salary or other incomes that I may be able to generate with the help of Deborah. So for example, the rent, water bill, car insurance, all these essential things. And with Deborah, she covers, you know, the everyday or the monthly expenses. So like shopping, clothes, allowances, paying debt. Well, we both share that depending on the amounts that we receive every month. And it's so cool because it's like, wow, even though we are both responsible for our income and expenses, we still have individual responsibilities to cover within the expenses that we have. And I think that's great because as human beings, we always like the sense of being responsible of something. I was going to say entitlement, but I don't think that's, ownership. So at least we still have that space of ownership in our marriage. But at the same time, looking at the bigger picture, we both own money, both income, and we both are responsible for the expenses. So
and I think as well, we don't see the things that we're paying for. I don't see it like, oh, you're Jonathan, you pay that, because we both help each other to be able to get to work. We both help each other to be able to get up. And for example, like you wake up and then like sometimes he'll wake me up, like especially in the beginning of our marriage, like, bro, I love my sleep, so he'll go, babe, and I was like, oh so he helped me in very much to get up to go to work, and I would help him make lunch so that he has energy to work. Do you know what I mean? So we're both working together, helping each other. So everything is good. And also for me, it's just the power of unity. Like if we say we're unified in everything else in our home, why not unified in our money? And money is a big part. It plays a part in everything that you need. So if you can conquer that and be unified in that, how much more anything else? Because trying to put your money with someone else is very hard. It's difficult because you worked for that. So you're like, what? You want me to put with you? No. But if you can just kill that flesh and say, no, this is us. And it's just beautiful when you can just we've achieved so much more together.
Got count. There's a stuff there to tell you guys.
We've achieved so much more together than just saying us, oh, this is you and this is us. And I think it helps us to continue to care for one another and keeps us unified together, because if we just have our money separately, we'll just be doing our own thing. Boom, boom, boom. You do your thing there, you do your thing. But I think helping us to keep our money together has made us powerful. And
it's increased intimacy. It's increased, which another point is that it's increased transparency. And transparency in the sense of our hearts, our thoughts, our feelings, and our ideas on what we actually have. So you know, I've seen it and probably even experienced that when there's no transparency of bank statements and even like any financial statement, it's so hard to make decisions. So for example, if we wanted to go on a holiday and if Deborah is not showing me her bank statement of how much she's getting or how much things she's paying, and then I'm showing her what I'm doing, only to a certain extent, because I'm like, at the back of my head, I need to see what you're getting. So then we can see if we can do this together. You know what I mean? It's just going to bring so much, division, hatred, bad thoughts, and it's just not healthy spiritually, mentally, and even, probably even physically. You know what I mean? So with that transparency of bank statements, I can show you, Deborah, these are my accounts, these are my savings, these are debts that I'm bringing into the marriage. And same with Deborah, babe, this is what I got. And then we'll be like, all right, cool, let's help each other and see how we can work things out. So then we know that when we're doing the budget and the time of payday or the time we receive income, we discuss, and I really believe the key thing in all of this is communication. Because through communication, it helps with transparency. With your communicating with an honest heart and a pure heart. And that's just been great. So literally, when I understood that it's about helping each other out and helping us to achieve our financial goals individually and corporately, I thought, why not? Like, I need help. I may be the man, but every man got a helper. I got my suitable helper. So I need to let my baby know, baby, this is what I got. This is my account. What are we going to do? How can we do it? What ideas do you have that we can move forward to achieve our financial goals? Yes.
And as well, money is one of the biggest things that separates people in marriage. And we just thought if we can conquer that, then that eliminates one of the biggest problems that people face in marriage. And off the back of what you were saying about like being transparent. Like, why, like, if I can entrust myself to marry this person, why am I hiding the bank statements or how much I'm getting? Like, if I can say I will walk down the aisle with you, I should be able to say, yeah, I'll show you my bank statements too. Do you know what I mean? Like, the same reason that you married that person should be the same you should remember that reason to be like, yes, I can share my bank statement with you. Do you know what I mean? And just know that once you always working together, you conquer more than when you just do things separately. Now we're going to talk about fears we've had prior to marriage, before we put our money together, and fears that we've come across while we've been married. So
oh boy, guys, hey, if you know about pride and self-arrogance, man, I've been through that. Like, I didn't want to share my money. My money's my money. I put my sweat, I put my ideas, I put my skills, my talents in my money, so I get my money. I ain't sharing that money. And I'm not encouraging, if you're a Christian, don't be thinking like this, because at the end of the day, the money we get is a blessing from the Lord. But on continuing the topic, like, I didn't want to share. So when it was time to open up, I was like, like, I'm sharing my money with who? With who? Like, I know I love you, baby. I love you, but I don't love you. Like, cause this is my money. You know what I mean? I need to choose what I can do with my money. I earn this money. So that's the attitude I had, because I guess, building, cause I started generating money when I was the age of 11. Start with paper rounds. So from 11 up to now, 22, 23 when we met, and 25 now we're married. I just built up that culture that this is my money. I work hard for it. No one owns it apart from me. So it was difficult to share with Deborah, and a way that I overcame that was just reminding myself, yo, this is my wife, someone I trust, someone that I love, someone that I need help, in life. And not only that, it's, at the end of the day, I could die without the money. No, I will die without money. So why am I moaning and groaning and saying that, yo, this is my money, I'm going to earn it, and this is mine? Nah. So I have to just counsel that thought, in a daily process, and just come to the truth that, you know what, this is our money, whether I earned it, worked for it on my own or not. Because at the end of the day, I'm choosing to look after us and to look after you. You know what I mean? So therefore, even though it's money that I've earned, it's still ours. And another thing that I struggled with was, I love surprising Deborah. Like, we could probably might even do the video of the surprises that we've done with our money and how we, planned for that. But I did bare surprise for Deborah that she didn't even know. So when we talked about sharing our money, I was like, fam, you're gonna see all the bank accounts or the savings that I've got for surprising you, and you're gonna ask, what's that figure for? And then I have to explain, oh man, so I can't really do the surprise, but I just had to find a way, where there's a will, there's a way, y'all. And that's what I had to do. So literally, like, I think it was one of our bank cards, which I used, which I didn't tell Deborah about, even though she knows about it. I didn't tell her that I spent money on that bank card. And, and I won't say that's, hiding, it's, planning to do a surprise. Because at the end of the day, I revealed it to her that, at this time, this is how I surprise you, because she didn't know how. So there is a way. If you really want to surprise your lady, or you really want to surprise your man, you'll find a way. Even if it's asking for someone, I can borrow this money and I'll pay you back. Explain a situation, you want to surprise them. If you know that your spouse really wants to check your bank statements a lot, there's a way. If you, there's a way.
And I think as well, like, we get allowances, so you still have the opportunity to still spend it in that sense anyway. I think you were also going to talk about as a man earning more money.
I grew up, and I guess a lot of men can relate to this, I grew up always taught that as a man you need to earn more money than your lady. And I'm gonna, that was all pressure on me, because I'm like, okay, when there's time when my money ain't more than my lady's money, or she's earning more than me, what does that mean? I'm not a man anymore? Does that mean I'm a wimp? I'm a waste man? Like, does it mean I'm not a good husband? And I'm gonna lie, I really had to really talk about this with other people, and even with Deborah at the time, and even before God, I'm like, God, like, I don't know the future, God forbid, there may be a time that the company goes down and I got no job, you know what I mean? So therefore my wife is earning more money. Like, what? Does it mean that she's gonna give up on me, or gonna go have a divorce? But I realized that there's man's way, human man's way, what defines a man, and there's God's way, what defines a man. And I was learning what God knows about what makes a man.
Yeah.
And with that, I didn't matter. Like, if my baby's making more money than me, praise the Lord. More money for the yard, more money for the family.
Yeah.
Why am I complaining? Like, she's doing her thing, like, keep doing her thing. And if I'm making more money than her, praise the Lord. Like, at the end of the day, we're gonna be sharing that money. At the end of the day, we're gonna discuss. You know, it's for both of us. And when the children come, it's gonna be for the children. So, you know what I mean? Like, money's a tool that we utilize to do what is good and the best for each other and our family.
Yeah.
So when I came to that acknowledgement, I was like, yo, if she gets more money, cool. If I have less money, cool. Not saying that I'm gonna be satisfied, you know, be stagnant as people may think I would be, but I shouldn't feel pressured that because I'm not making more money than my wife, I'm not a man, or I can't, you know, share my money with you.
I think as well for me, things that I faced was thinking trying to run away with them.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Mandem, check if your wife thought about this, innit? Just letting you know. But I was shocked, I can't lie.
No, basically, because obviously as a woman you hear so many things oh, this man ran away with this much money and all that type of stuff. But because
sad, man.
it is very sad, and obviously we're not encouraging stuff like that. But we want to show that that there is, you can excel together in marriage with money and use that to enhance your marriage. But I would say, so for me, I was just like, oh my God, like, because I was like, if I share this money with you and you get this money or whatever, you could just up and just go with the money. But I think just, we've been together for how long now? You've never shown any. I think I had to remind myself of the signs that you've shown. Like, you've never shown me any dishonesty or anything like that. So now why am I trying to use that as an excuse for me to not share that money? Like, it's you better be careful. Get that thought together. Like, and so just thinking that he would run away with the money. But I think how I've kind of overcome that as well is I have access to everything you have. So you also vice versa won't think that I can run away because you have access to everything. So we both have access to both things that we have. So it's not like somebody's just gonna up and running. And we have respect for each other to not just go and spend money without consulting each other. And you have to know that, obviously, if it's like the surprise like Jonathan, cool. But if it's like a big purchase and you're gonna make a decision that affects the both of us, we both discuss that nobody just goes and does fun things like that. Like, and something else that I also experienced was also like being vulnerable, because it's like, oh, this is mine though. Why do you want to see? Not why do you want to see, but obviously because we discussed that we were gonna share. It is a bit like, you know what I mean? And you don't know what the other person might think about it. Like, oh, you don't make much, or you make more than me, and like they might start making judgments about you. But just being vulnerable always supersedes, like, because we've been vulnerable, we've seen benefits far beyond the
cost.
The cost of being vulnerable. So we just encourage people to come together, humble yourself, and just work through your money together and understand both perspective, and also meet everyone's need as much as you can. So
Interesting. I'm just thinking that, you know, if you are thinking that, you know, your spouse is not trustworthy, have a talk. Share how you feel. Because if you don't share how you feel and you're thinking, trust me, I've been there. It will show through your actions. Like, especially us men, like, we may not speak in silence, but we're making decisions. You see what I mean? And for ladies, you know, they may be sharing their thoughts and feelings, you know, but us men, we need to come out of that silence. And because not everyone, our wives may tell how we're feeling by being silent, but they don't know what we're thinking. And we need to use this mouth, which is powerful, and our brains to share how we feel and think. And with that, we can work together and understand each other, building unity in our marriage.
Hey guys, we hope that you've enjoyed this video. We hope you've learnt something about marriage and money. And we just encourage you to subscribe and join the journey through marriage and money.
All right, see ya.
Bye guys.